And hope that it doesn't say it needs to update when it didn't show the update in the App Store. We have visual. Do we have audio? Audio? We do indeed. So, hello, people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order. It's been a little bit, couple weeks. Okay, there's the... That's loud. There's the data update it needed to do. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since I last played FGO. Only because other games, aka God of War, has been kind of taking up a bit of time, and it's been somewhat dead weeks. Plus, I went hard when it came to Imaginary Scramble, so I think the streaming needs to have a little bit of break. But I'm back because we have the next Lostbelt, technically. Next half Lostbelt, rather, has been released almost 24 hours ago, but... Or something... No, the maintenance was just recently. Or earlier today, so yeah. It's been recent. It released today. Let's just go with that. It released today, the most recent Lostbelt. So yeah, we're gonna do that live. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to drop this a like or a subscription if you enjoy. As with all of my previous story content for FGO, it will be released by the sections it is. So if you want to take your time and watch / read through it, this is the channel to go to. But let us touch to start and begin. I honestly don't remember, though we do have to read the news first. Gotta remember, news needs to be read first. It's taking its time. There we go. Alright. So, not much new stuff, really. There was the campaign, the pre-release campaign, which was just beating the certain lost, it was double friends point support. Double friends point support servants, some new rank up quests for Kentoki, Danzo, and Ibaraki, as well as a summoning banner which could get you the basic Kentoki, Berserker in other words, as well as Raiko, Berserker form as well. And nothing really else there. Keep going through stuff. Is the updated for new info from Anime NYC. I'm not sure if this is going to actually tell us all what happened, or is this just the announcement of the talk show? Okay. There was a commemorative 10 quartz, and that was all, so nothing really changed there. So next is the ongoing pickup summon for the Lostbelt. Servant 5-star Caster of Limbo and new 4-star servant Watanabe no Suna, as well as 3 new CEs. Okay, I'm not going to be rolling for him, so if you want to read through all this, go ahead and read it, but yeah. I'm not going to be rolling for Doman. He's a complete and total ass, so I don't care for him. I don't want him at all. He can rot. This is something that did happen, was announced at the Anime Expo. The guaranteed summon has been implemented for limited pickup summons. So that means on the limited banners, Pity has been added. You just have to roll 329 times without getting the pickup servant, and on the 330th, you will finally get them. So that is essentially almost 1,000 quartz, but hey, it's something. It is something. Individually for the summon period, I do believe, from what I understand, that this is the end of rotating banners. Yeah, I think this is the end of the rotation of banners, so 4 stars are going to get a little bit more tricky to gain, since they will not be rotating for specific 4 stars having a rate up. A summon history has been added to Spirit Origin Summon to let you check your past summon history. I'm actually curious of that. 500 items will be displayed. Okay, I kind of want to check that. He's a quick alter ego. An AoE quick one. There's better servants than him. Much better. Watanabe here, though, looks to be a Seiba. Mount Oe Bodhi Oni Slayer. He's a Buster Saber single target. Special attack, demonic status for 1 turn. Increases the overcharge to yourself and deals significant special attack damage to a single Oni enemy. So Onis take more. So as far as CEs, we get the new 5-star CE. It loves Curse. Don't recognize who that is. Battle with the MP at 40% charge and an increased charge by 2 levels for the first time. And debuff success rate by 10%. Okay, so they're sort of blending some CEs. The 4-star Royal Presence. Again, I don't really recognize from the quick glance. Quick Bite 8, NP gain by 15. And God's Tongue. Buster by 5, debuff by 10. Again, I don't recognize. Watanabe no Suna. If there are Oni, then I will slay them. Guarding the capital, Japan's greatest demon slayer is on the scene. Watanabe no Suna was a warrior from the mid-Heian period. He served along with Sakata Kintoki, Usui Sadamitsu, and Orabe no Suetake as one of Minamoto no Raiko's famed 4 kings. Of the 4 kings, Suna was said to be Raiko's most trusted warrior, and was loved like an older brother by his 3 companions. You can check out their NPs on YouTube. That's that. And then the final thing, as far as news goes, is Main Quest Part 2, Chapter 5.5, Naraka Mandala Heian-Kyo, Thunderous Flash has been released. The members of Chaldea return from their brutal struggle in the 5th Lostbelt. As they prepare to begin their mission in the next, they detect a new singularity, which is marked as a sign of humanity's collapse. Until now, it had been believed that no such signs could be seen upon the bleached earth, where human history has come to an end. It is the Heian period in Japan. The splendid capital Heian-Kyo enjoys tremendous prosperity under the enduring rule of the Fujiwara clan. But after race-shifting to what should be a time of plenty, Chaldea instead finds a world overrun by evil spirits and infested with horrid abominations. In this land, Imperial warriors conduct a ritual modeled after the Holy Grail War. Who are the Imperial warriors, and what purpose does their ritual serve? In this mysterious millennium-old city, Chaldea's master faces the machinations of the beautiful carnivore. So the Master Chaldea gets embroiled in a conspiracy unfolding in the Eternal Capital. You have to have completed at least Olympus in order to do. So yeah. This is the next story beat. There will be spoilers for people that have not cleared the Shimosa Singularity ahead. So if you have not cleared Shimosa, be warned of possible spoilers. Since we reached 25,000 total reactions, we get free 6 quartz. You need to have cleared Fuyuki for that. The trailer is now online. I didn't get the trailer. The trailer was supposed to open every time the app was opened. It didn't open for me. Weird. It should be available in the materials in my room, so I might check it out, even though that part will be copyright struck. But you know, I'll cut that out from the YouTube part of this. You know, clear a specific main quest in Naraka Mandala to acquire a Spiriton Wardrobe Key for 5-star Berserker Sakata Kintoki. In order to unlock the Spirit Dress, you'll need to fulfill certain requirements in addition to acquiring the Wardrobe Key. The Spiriton dress will change the appearance and some voice lines. If you do not own him, you can acquire the key, but it will not be usable. And that is his outfit, the Heian Warrior attire, which looks so golden. I really want to get Kintoki just because that is some awesome looking armor. He has no Vandasm, has a special animation in the Spiriton dress. Max Master level has been boosted to 160. Okay. I feel ya. I hit Master level maxed out a little while ago, so having that boost is very much appreciated. Why did it... That was weird. Oh, I did not tap there for information on the panel, thank you. Okay. And we get the 6 quartz for the reactions. King Hassan has been my most used. Master missions have been updated. Oh. Okay, that was freaking epic. I'm not gonna lie, that was super cool. looking. Alright, that made me even more hyped. We will really quickly here claim everything pretty much in our box that is worth claiming. Apology, login, or the reaction, NYC panel, login, 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 log, 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 log. Yeah, it's been a while since I last logged on. And, streamed FGO at least. Login. Okay. Everything else here should be good. I don't think I'm filtering out anything except for the foes and the experience CEs, which are fine to be filtered. And even then, I've got plenty of free space. I'm also apparently filtering by rarity. There we go. Now, everything that should be available is now being shown. See, I got a fair bit of foes I can claim, which will be useful in the future. But yeah, we'll go ahead and reinstate the filters. Back up. And let me just do some quick things. Shop. What is new in the shop here? Rare prisms? What is new? Why would you say something is new if nothing is actually new there, Da Vinci? Weird. Wow, I haven't received any more people wanting to follow our friend. Hey, J6, welcome to the stream. How be things? Yeah, that's weird that nobody has wanted to befriend me since last. I will really quickly hop to do a quick friend summon or two, just because I kind of need to get Bartholomew there. Because he is technically the next one that needs ranking or leveling up, and I may or may not have burned him a while back. So maybe at the start of each one. But first, summon history. Oh, I'm not going to be rolling for him either. Oh, wait, that's the friend... Wow, this is the first friend point summon I've done in the last 60 days! Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay, yeah. You know, I'm going to do this a little bit. I really want to see about getting Bartholomew just so I can get it out of the way with regards to leveling him up. May as well. And then I'll burn some random stuff, and then we will finally begin. I say finally, it has actually been 13 minutes, so I might have been stalling a little bit, padding out this first one, but that's mainly because I have no idea how long this is going to be. You're boosting the Bunny King up! No! No! J6, why? She's already at the absolute bottom. There's nobody beneath her. Okay, we got a Bartholomew. No more needing to roll. He's gonna just sit at NP1 until I have to actually roll on the friend point banner. Again, for some reason. Alright, so let's burn. I did do a fair bit of 5-star Ember farming as well. Only a fair bit, not a lot. I also have golden foes I need to give to servants, so we'll do that. I'm still stalling, technically, I guess, but J6, you do know that eventually the time will come where she is literally the only option left for levels. Do that. That's XA. There will be a time, though, man. It probably won't be any day soon, considering I still have this many servants to level up. But it will happen one day. It will happen. One day. Alright, and then really quick, just because I need to... Oh. Let's do that. Report. What report? What kind of report do you have to give me? Where was he? He'd be a writer, I think. Yeah, there he is. Alright, let's put you at level 2. There you go. Alright. I think that's enough stalling. I can level him up at a later point. Why would you report me? I didn't do anything. Alright. So, Naraka Mandala shall begin. Oh, wait, no. I need to do the trailer thing! The Shadow Border is now docked at Wandering Sea Port 1. All Chaldea staff, please disembark at your earliest convenience. Great job out there, Shadow Border. That's right, it only took about 20 minutes from the time we anchored the Storm Border outside and made our way here in the Shadow Border. Thank you again, Nemo. I don't know what we would have done without your help. You're amazing. Well, I am Triton as well as Nemo. When it comes to navigating the ocean, you better believe I can hold my own against the Storm Border. I doubt my Nautilus will ever serve as a strategy room for you guys again, but it's still nice to hear that. Well done out there, everyone. I have been eagerly awaiting your return. Congratulations on your victory over the Atlantic Lostbelt. Not only did you succeed at your primary objective brilliantly, you even brought back a more fascinating souvenir than I could have ever imagined. That battleship out there is simply fantabulous. The data you sent painted a truly spectacular picture, but now that I've seen it in person, the data hardly did it justice. Well, I can certainly understand how you feel, Miss Yon. I'm afraid I must ask you to postpone your indulging your curiosity a bit longer. I believe you are already aware of the situation and the next move we need to make. You had better believe it. Not to worry, our next mission is right up my alley as well. I see. My apologies. I should have known Atlas's resident child prodigy would have already had the matter well in hand. Mr. Soul, Director Gordoff, Miss Carolite, and Mr. M. May I suggest we take this opportunity to roll up our sleeves and return to our respective positions? What the hell do you know my handle, Holmes? Don't tell me you're addicted to online games, too. Monier. Well, I won't deny my own vices. Online games are not amongst them. Indeed, I have very little experience when it comes to video games. No, that was just a small demonstration of my skill. While I may not have been at my best in Olympus, I am still the world's foremost detective, you see. By virtue of my profession, revealing secrets comes as natural to me as breathing does to you. You really are the worst, aren't you? No, not buying it. I think it's more like a fetish than it is anything to do with your job. I could buy it, honestly, with Holmes. I could buy it. No, that's enough, Alcilo. His choice of topic aside, the point is, Holmes has proven that his detective skills are still as sharp. And I, for one, am most encouraged to see it. Administrative advisor, just make sure to keep your magnifying glass away from my own private affairs. He already knows everything he needs to know, Gordy. It's wonderful to see everyone so relaxed again. I think we all started feeling less tense on the way back from Olympus, and it looks like I was right. Yeah, you know, nearly being turned into a god, nearly being blasted by something from another Lostbelt, seeing Atlas burn, seeing the alien god descend, watching Wodome sacrifice himself, seeing more friends sacrifice himself, being responsible for a genocide of people that have been living for thousands of years that probably populated the millions. Yeah, that would be stressful. You're really not supposed to chit-chat on the dock, you know? Besides, last I checked, you Chaldeans are supposed to be getting ready to tackle the next Lostbelt. For all we know, this could be the last time we get to come back to the base like this. So I encourage you all to head back to your rooms and rest up for what's to come. Oh yes, you certainly don't have to tell me twice. I've been looking forward to putting my feet up on my fluffy bed and drifting off without having to worry about being woken up by an emergency alert for ages now. Oh yes, by the way, Captain, shouldn't my gorgeous director's office be done by now? What? Right. How could I forget? How's that coming along, Sion? Yes, of course, it's all done. However, as luck would have it, I just began further renovations a few minutes ago with the aim of making it even more gorgeous than before. In the meantime, Gordolf, I would ask that you continue to look forward to the office of your dreams. From the comfort of Storehouse 3 for the time being. I don't believe it. She clearly forgot all about me, but instead of admitting her mistakes, she still doesn't power straight through with a 1,000-watt smile. So, what you two gonna do, Da Vinci and Cap? I'm gonna head right back to the storm border. It's still pretty unstable, even with all the renovations we made in Atlantis. I need to shore it up so I can eventually operate with even without my presence, or the storm borders for that matter. I see, so we're replacing the virtual parts currently supported by the Aeronax Phantasm with real ones. It seems then that you have a great deal of welding ahead of you. Yeah, once that's done, I'll have to replace the central control system. Well, it's something that doesn't depend on the shadow border, so we stop piling more work on Da Vinci. I take it everything's ready to go, Sion. You know it. I already finished moving your things out so you can focus all your energy on the construction. What does that mean? It means that both Captain and Da Vinci will be staying on the storm border for the time being. In the meantime, the rest of us will remain here at Chaldea Base to prepare for the next Lostbelt operation. Mr. Sol, your task will be training to further improve your master capabilities. Miss Carlette, you'll be fine-tuning the Ortonax. And Miss Sion and I will begin investigating and analyzing the foreign god in earnest. Oh? Only with the information we currently have available, but yes. My first order of business will be to pursue the Animosphere records we brought from Chaldea's Antarctic base. Those records should contain information on the former director, Olga Marie, who is now returned in the form of the foreign god, and of her father, Sir Marisbury, the founder of Chaldea. In that sense, I suppose it will be an internal affairs investigation of sorts. As for Miss Sion, she will be... Say no more. You want me to observe and examine everything I can from the external side, the foreign god that now exists on our planet. You can do that. Now look, you surprised me so much I reacted in the exact same way as Sol. So you did? It was very entertaining to watch. At any rate, yes, I can indeed determine the foreign god's whereabouts now. In fact, I've already done so. All as within Trust Majesty's 2's analytical capabilities. You may think of them as being analogous to Sheba from the original Chaldea, if that helps. As we speak, the foreign god signal has left the Atlantic Lostbelt and moved to the South American one, where it's holding position. After I had Trust Majesty's 2 analyze the time-lapse footage, I concluded that I could not observe a future where the signal would leave South America while the world was still in its current bleached state. Which means we can expect the foreign god to remain in South America for the time being. That means that the English Lostbelt is next. Krishtari's magecraft injured her so badly she can no longer move. Quite possible, you know. I mean, getting a meteor chucked at you tends to be in quite an injury. As does the Sirius light, which was used against her, I think. That would be the most reasonable conclusion. I can think of no other reason for the foreign god to refrain from attacking us. Well, then this is the perfect chance to strike back. If we go after her now while she's still injured, then. Sorry, Gordy, but I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, hey guys. Hope you don't mind me jumping in remotely. That's right, it's me, Da Vinci. I'm currently examining the storm border along with the Nemo Marines. Well, hey, cut that out, Marine D. Those are my skates, damn it. I swear, why are you guys always messing with me? Because we're both riders, which makes us rivals, and there's no way we're gonna let you win without a fight. Since you've got the land covered and we've got the sea, whoever ends up controlling the sky will win it all. That's why one of these days we're gonna have Captain Nemo fight you to see who gets to keep the storm border. Come on, Marines, winner takes all, let's win this thing. What are you guys even talking about? Just ignore them, Da Vinci. More importantly, wasn't there something you wanted to tell us? Alright, I almost forgot. You know, Captain, I wouldn't kill you to keep these guys in line. Anyway, speaking in my capacity as technical advisor, I have to strongly advise against trying to attack the foreign god in South America right now. Even if she really is badly injured, as we are assuming, we'd still be no match for her, at least not yet. Based on what we observed in Olympus, the foreign god's spirit origin output is on the order of a third-class planet. In other words, she's the strongest being we've seen since we first Goetia, and his second-class planet level power. We just don't have anything powerful enough to destroy something like that, even if the storm border were in perfect condition. So if we try going to South America now, never mind beating her. Just surviving would be a miracle. If anything, we should be grateful that things are at a stalemate right now. The strongest being we've seen since Goetia. True, when we fought Goetia, we were only able to defeat him thanks to a number of extenuating circumstances. But what about the Black Barrel? Couldn't that do something against the foreign god, no matter the scale of her lifespan? As much as I would love to say that my darling Black Barrel's up for the task, I'm afraid that I cannot. To begin, it's possible the foreign god simply does not fit our perception of common sense. You see, Black Barrel can only measure the longevity of something understood by creatures of Earth. We simply have no guarantee that the same rules apply to the foreign god. That said, I suppose it's at least possible, given that we're able to communicate with them. But even then, I doubt the Black Barrel's accomplishment measurement would be able to get a full read on the foreign god's lifespan. Oh, and why is that? Isn't the Black Barrel designed precisely to turn those sorts of differences in capability on their heads? Well, if you think about it, the foreign god whipped up a gravitational field like it was nothing, remember? We were talking about a being capable of creating black holes. My engineering simply cannot complete. You all know about black holes, right? They're basically pitfalls of pure darkness that suck up anything in their vicinity. I say pitfall, but in the metaphorical sense. There's no falling involved. They exert a gravitational force on anything within range. The reason they're called black holes is because not even light can escape their pull, which makes them as dark as physically possible to be. The speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second. With our current understanding of the laws of physics, we're unable to exceed it. So there's just no way for anything I could engineer to keep up with an opponent who can toss out black holes with hardly any effort. Really? Granted, that gravitational field was quite the force to be reckoned with. Does this mean there's just nothing we can do against someone with black holes in their arsenal? No, that's not quite accurate. I'm not saying that black holes are strong simply by virtue of their nature. In fact, increasing gravity is actually very simple. All one has to do is compress mass and raise its density. For example, if we could compress Earth's mass to the size of a fingertip, it would become a black hole. So the mechanics behind a black hole's creation are clearly understood. We simply lack the engineering skills to create one. Even as we speak, new black holes are forming throughout the universe. They are the inevitable result of what happens when a large star reaches the end of its life cycle and collapses under its own weight. They're part of the star life, and as such they occur throughout the universe on a daily basis. In other words, the foreign god is using the same mechanisms as the cosmos itself, which means even the very scales we employ must be a different unit of measurement than hers. Is that correct? I'm afraid so. The Black Barrel is designed for fighting life forms, regardless of how powerful those life forms may be. But unfortunately for us, humanity has yet to devise a calculation that is not only capable of measuring the lifespan of celestial objects, but then using that measurement as a weapon. The only reason we were able to use it to defeat the gods of Olympus is because they were part of a theory that only worked in a Lostbelt. Put differently, because they were once a foundational factor of human history. Then there's no way for us to use the Black Barrels to stop the foreign god, since it uses its own target's longevity as ammunition. Correct, our battle with the foreign god will be determined solely by how much energy we're able to produce. So if our opponent is outputting as much energy as your average star, we'll need to come up with a weapon that can match and exceed it. Definitely easier said than done. I suggest we leave that topic for a later time. For the moment, stabilizing the storm border is our top priority. Well, even if we get the storm border in perfect working order, what good will it do if we don't have any useful weapons to bring to bear? Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. We do have some idea where we might find such a weapon, don't we, Da Vinci? Maybe. I mean, yeah, if you're only talking about where to look, that part's in the bag. But actually getting our hands on it, that's a whole other story. That's quite alright, Da Vinci. We'll have plenty of time to figure that out. In the meantime, there's something I'd like to ask you regarding Cadlex and Lupus. Is it true that he gave you something before you put him in the recovery pod? Oh, I'm surprised you know about that, Holmes. Who spilled the beans, anyway? Oh, that'd be me. You're talking about the memory chip, right? I'm the one who told him about it, and how it probably has records of the Crypter's communications. Alright, you are, Meunier. That chip contains all sorts of communication logs between Kirshtar and the other Crypters. I'm pretty sure Caddock copied them himself. Most of it was about the Atlantic Lostbelt, so it's all pretty useless now. There were 2 bits I found interesting, though. Oh, and what were those? First, that the attack of our world began with the bleached earth phenomena, not the trees of emptiness. And second, that the bleached earth phenomena's point of origin was North America, in Area 51. Okay, it makes sense that the trees came after the world was destroyed. Area 51, huh? We may not have a great deal of information at this point, but nonetheless... Da Vinci, would you be so kind as to send that data over to me as well? Sure thing. Knock yourself out. Alright, that's all for me for now. A Stormboard isn't going to prove itself after all. Soul, Mash, I know things aren't easy right now, but try not to let them get you guys down, okay? Don't worry, you'll feel a lot less anxious once you've had a good rest and gotten back into the swing of things with your training. I may not get to see you guys for a while, but next time I do, I look forward to seeing how much you've grown. Bye, Da Vinci. Da Vinci already brought up everything I wished to, so there's not much left for me to say. Now that the foreign gods arrived on Earth, the situation has changed dramatically. However, that does not mean we should panic. For the moment, the best thing we can do is keep our heads down and focus exclusively on what we're able to affect. For myself and Holmes on the analysis team, that means studying the enemy and coming up with a plan. For the field team, namely Soul, Mash, and the Borders crew, that means equal parts training and recuperation. No need to worry. According to Just Majestice's two prognostications, the world should remain perfectly intact for at least another month. And as the Atlas Institute's resident genius, that gives me more than enough time to come up with a plan to guarantee success. So I encourage you all to kick back, relax, and enjoy the standby time as best you can. Relax. Alright, so that was the prologue, essentially. Good gracious. That was a long prologue there. I think I will split the prologue up between episodes, so bit of a long prologue, but I will pause for a moment.